His bright yellow eyes narrowed as he glared at the RiverClan cats before lifting his head up. "ThunderClan, attack!" he snarled. She'd lead the cats from behind. "It's go time," she snarled. "Sunningrocks has always been ThunderClan territory," she'd laugh as she bounded towards the cats, searching for a weakened cat to take advantage of. "RiverClan vermin," she'd snort. "The only thing you're good for is catching fish, and yet you can't always do that, can you? I bet a mouse could do more damage than you." He'd eye up SnowStorm. "Yeah, and you guys just think you're the best of the best. You can't even catch fish." He'd spit with a hiss. "Let's see what you got then." She'd lunge onto the hay.
"You have no morals," he leaped at SnowStorm, tumbling into them as they both rolled into the water. Birch'tuft swam, taking advantage of this moment to grab their paws.
She'd snarl, I can't swim!" She'd began to plead, desperation filling her eyes as she'd struggled to paddle as she choked on water. She tried to jump on the cat, clawing to find grip on the tom.
Birch'tuft hissed, "Starput, forgive me. Hold on," he muttered as he dragged the large sea cat to the shore once more.
She'd hiss as she spat out water she had swallowed. "You horrible cat!" She'd meow as she struggled to find her balance.
"Not my problem you guys don't learn how to swim," he huffed as he bounded away.
She was dripping wet and shaking after taking a dip in the cold water. "Hey, we're not finished!" She'd meow, limping on her front paw. She must have landed on it funny when she went in the water.
Snarled, pushing into logs shallow in hopes to save his clanmate.
She'd take shelter in the grass. They seemed distracted. This was her chance. Her chance to get revenge. "Ugh," she'd hiss. Her cover was spotted. She'd get to her paws. She couldn't use the element of disguise, but this cat appeared to be injured. "I hope StarClan welcomes the likes of you. But hey, you're a RiverClan cat. I'd be surprised if they even let you talk to them." She tried to claw at their pelts.
Once again, he barreled into the sea cat, this time in the ground so they wouldn't tumble into the water.
"RiverClan, retreat!" He'd narrow his eyes as he glanced around his clanmates. "Retreat, ThunderClan, retreat!" "Get off me," she'd claw the cat's underbelly.
He'd hissed, hearing his leader call and stepping away.
"Are you okay?" He'd meow to SnowStorm. She'd get to her paws. "Embarrassed and uncomfortable. You had the leader. And I'm fine. This is my first battle." She'd trot towards the stones. Although she was a stubborn she still knew the importance of respect. Her paws carried her to the med den. "SnowStorm, greetings. Set yourself in a nest," he'd murmur. She'd dart her eyes to see a single cat awaiting treatment. "I came to offer a paw, but it seems you may not need it. I can go out on a patrol." She'd meow, gesturing to the near-empty collection of herbs. She'd dip her head in a respectful manner. "All right, so I'll see what I can find." She needed the break. She still had the adrenaline of battle beating her heart. It was a nice change of pace to trot amongst the grass. She'd pour at the moss covering the stone. She'd shape it into a ball to allow her to carry it easier. "Special delivery." She'd prance into the den towards the medicine cat. "And where shall I put this?" "On the shelves, thank you." She wasn't entirely sure where it was meant to be, but she didn't care. Painted her as a helpful cat regardless. "Sending out patrols?" she'd ask, assuming the small crowd of cats were preparing to venture out. "Yep, we don't have any prey," he chirped calmly as he flicked his tail a bit. "That apprentice must have ate it all," she'd tease. "Better get some more and hide it if we want any for Leaf Bear." "Oh, SnowStorm, hi. How are you feeling? You kind of did fall into the river." "I'm fine, truly." She'd hunch her shoulders. "I'm not a kit. You don't have to treat me as one." He'd narrow his eyes a bit. Why not have SnowStorm lead the party? They need leader experience after all. He chirped calmly. She'd pack up. "Oh, yeah! Oh, I guess I can do that." She'd look at SnowStorm. "Oh, great idea, SnowStorm. You can go ahead and lead." She'd nod. "On it. Try to keep up if you can." She'd turn to the leader. Just come on. Wait up." "I've seen kits faster than you, Otterbright. Must be some form of prey in there," she'd suggest. The wind did appear to be in their favor. Hey," she yelled. "You all go in. I'll scout from above." She'd begin to crawl carefully at the rock's edge. She'd murmur. She could smell a strong scent of a vole, but her eye wasn't too sharp after that battle. She'd scent a rabbit and begin to hunch her shoulders, lifting her balance from one paw to another. Got ya. She'd meow, pouncing onto it, but she was a tail length too wide. Its ears perked up as it began to run. She'd give chase, bounding close behind its back legs, snapping and laughing. She enjoyed the thrill of a chase. For StarClan's sake! She'd slap her paw at her face as it fled into the water. She'd watch as it ran straight into the RiverClan cat's paws. Just her look.
He stood surprised by the easy catch. He looked across the water, his brow raising. Why, thank you.
She was frustrated that she forgot what passed the water's edge. RiverClan territory. That was my kill. Give it back. I tied it out.
Excuse me, miss. You're, on RiverClan territory. He felt rather confused.
A warrior ran across the border so willingly.
Yeah, right. She'd purr cocky. Like she'd do that. Give it back.
He tossed it up in his paws. Man, my clan's hungry. On RiverClan territory means it's mine. He'd take an easy step away from the warrior.
She'd hiss as she scented the air. It carried the strong scent of RiverClan. Her worst fear had come true. This was all your fault. If you didn't confuse that vole, it wouldn't have swum in the river. You do appear to have the same brain capacity as it.
He'd scoff. Voles are small creatures. I merely put it out of its poor misery.
Just give it back. It's a simple task. She'd edge closer.
RiverClan territory means it's mine. His voice remained calm. He was rather entertained at this encounter.
Her ears would flick as she spotted another RiverClan cat. Could our day get any worse? They stole our kill. That's it. She'd plead, trying to persuade the leader to side with them. Right. He chapped firmly as he narrowed his bright yellow eyes more. Let's just go back to clan. It's worthless arguing with cats with the same IQ as the pebbles at the bottom of the river behind.
He scoffed. You're the one who's lead across the border. I will see how this goes at the gathering.
As they made their way back to ThunderClan territory, she'd meow. I didn't want to start anything, but they stole a vole. She'd spit in a fiery temper. He glanced at the feline next to him. This is their territory now, he reminded the feline. That they won unfairly, she'd mumble under her breath. It doesn't matter, he chirped, as he glared at the young feline. With a look of displease, she'd nod in a defiant manner before trotting onwards, towards the direction of the clan. Let's go back to camp. He'd keep a close eye on SnowStorm. She'd hold her head low, as she was focusing on entering the clan. What didn't go wrong the past few moons? She'd thwomp her pelt down on the hard stone beneath her. He'd leap onto the clan rock before sitting down. Let all cats old enough to catch their own prey gather around the high rock for a clan meeting. He'd yowl, his eyes darting around the clan. She'd change her gaze from the floor to the leader above. We are gathered here today to allow a warrior to join our ranks. Clipspaw, please step forward. She took a step under the clan rock, eyes shining with excitement, but also sadness, since Cowtail wasn't here to witness it. I, Forester, leader of ThunderClan, asked StarClan to approve of this young feline. They have learned the ways of our warrior codes. Eclipsepaw, do you wish to live the life of a warrior and protect this clan even at the cost of your own life? Then by the power of StarClan, I give you your warrior name, Eclipsepaw. From now on, you'll be known as Eclipse Strike. StarClan honors your braveness and skill. We welcome you as a full ThunderClan warrior. She bowed to the leader as she received her warrior's name. Finally, after all her training and battles, it was worth it. She'd shake off her frustration to try appear somewhat excited. She'd purr. Eclipse Strike. The gathering appeared to have a distasteful vibe to it. All cats of both clans appeared to be quite hostile to one another. She'd find a quiet place and settle down. She wasn't in the mood to interact, especially due to her recent look.
Birch'tuft plopped down on the sandy ground. Did you get another vole? Or are you still complaining? He teased as he saw SnowStorm walk past him.
She'd take a deep breath and let out a sarcastic, haha, very funny. I bet you have your entire clan bursting with laughter at those types of jokes.
Yes, well, I am super lovable. What can I say? He'd meow. Not quite showing off. It wasn't true. His clan was always bickering.
Your clan appears to be more well-off. I mean, ThunderClan is too, but she'd slip up. Why was she telling this cat her clan's secrets? This wasn't like her.
He'd huff at the she-cat's words before turning to his leaders.
She'd let out a frustrated hiss. She stared at the cat beside her. For some reason, it made her feel confident meeting his gaze. She stared at the cat's eyes before turning to the leaders above.
As you can tell, there's a new leader, being myself. Star unfortunately passed due to some fatal wounds. May she walk peacefully amongst our clan. In addition, we also have a new deputy, being Snowveil. Overall, prayer has been sufficient. However, we are running through a lot of herbs after recent events. Gold is our cleansed turkey. But do not be fooled. We are still strong.
She tried to hold in her laughter as she let out a slight chuckle, behaving like kits. She'd meow under her breath.
Even I would be a better leader. He'd meow. For some reason, he felt he didn't need to be modest with this cat. He felt as though he could joke, show off, and she wouldn't care. I saved you from drowning for StarClan's sake. He tucked his paws under his belly.
We have a new warrior with us, that being Eclipse Strike. We also lost 2 of our clanmates, that being Cowtail and Bison. May they hunt with StarClan, he chirped. Psst. I want to tell you something. She'd meow to Birch'tuft, flicking her tail to hit his head before sneaking to the hill above the gathering. As they bounded away, she'd elaborate. It's really important. Hurry.
You're going to give me a concussion. Hard as a rock. Great StarClan, he shaked his head.
She'd skid to a halt before sitting down and grooming her fur.
What was the importance of this? He'd raise a brow. Wow, leaving me on the edge of my paws with this one. Birch'tuft sat down. Not too close, even though he felt more comfortable, he was still awkward.
Oh, nothing. It was getting too boring in there anyway. No cats had even mentioned any drama.
So why bring me? Just love my company? He'd stretch. Why was he trying to flatter the she-cat? He couldn't tell himself.
Besides, we aren't exactly vital to the clan. There's other warriors. I'm sure they didn't even notice us leaving.
As I said, my clan loves me. Everyone does.
She'd pause at the Tom's words. She'd blush and face the other direction. She wasn't. No, she certainly wasn't. Was she? You're stupid, she'd snort back in an awkward tone.
The rain pelted down on his pelt. She wasn't running. She was a ThunderClan cat, not liking the rain. What was up with this weird she-cat? Me? Really? You had a tantrum over a vole.
Well, you stole it after all. She'd snort, getting to her paws. She'd shiver as she delivered the line.
Yeah, well, come along. You're gonna catch a cold.
She'd snort in a performative way. She'd try to hide her gaping smile.
Your poor tree-climbing body can't take this rain. What a shame. Truly. He settled on his side, feeling comfortable.
At least I can hunt myself, instead of relying on cats to chase it into my paws. She'd joke, smiling at the Tom. Its green tint reminded her of her best apprentice friends.
Back to the vole, I see. I win any hunting competition in RiverClan territory. He puffed his chest.
Anyways, fish is better than vole by great extent.
Sure, keep telling yourself that. She turned to strut towards the gathering before pausing. I never said thanks for saving me from the water. I mean, you did push me in, but thanks, I guess.
Birch'tuft looked at the sheet, mouth agape. What was this? He felt his heart pounding. What was this?
She'd abruptly turned to face him. How about we meet up sometime? On an unclaimed land? How about that garbage-filled place under the road?
He think of what she meant. Oh, yeah, that place. Yeah, sure. He didn't want to say no, but wasn't fond of the trash. Yeah, when do you plan for this?
How about in a moon? When the wind begins to cool and the wind is painted with its wintered scent.
He nodded. The she-cat was mysterious, but that's okay. He'll figure things out.
Well, I guess I'll see you there. I mean, if you don't get lost on the way, she'd smile.
I'm too smart for that. He raised his head with a smirk on his face as he looked down at the sheet.
She'd flick her tail and bound away, her head held high with a confident gait. Maybe her luck was improving after all, as she appeared to have an unusual perk in her step. The sun felt a perfect mix of warm, yet flattered by a cool breeze. Yeah, it wouldn't hurt to sleep. She'd meow. She was exhausted. All her thoughts circled back to that moment. Why did she feel this anxiety in her chest? I need some fresh air. She'd purr to the cats beside her. Getting there a few moons early wouldn't hurt single cats, would it? She thought to herself. Her restless self was no help to this clan. Her paws carried her to the agreed spots. It felt like an instinct. She didn't even notice where they led her.
He bounded down the hill, only to bang into a blur of white fur. Oh my StarClan, I am so sorry.
Hey, watch it! Oh, it's you. Why are you here so early?
He'd blink, shaking out his fur. Oh, I couldn't sleep. He'd gulp. Yes, it was the truth, but not the full one.
Well, it's cold. Why don't we head inside? She'd hesitate before leading the way. Has your fur always been that scruffy? You need to groom it. It'll get tangled. Here. She'd gesture for him to sit below her.
Birch'tuft seemed to sway on his paws. He blinked, and blinked again. Was he dreaming? He complied, coming to sit below her.
She'd begin to groom his somewhat messy fur. Is it RiverClan tradition to make you look as bad as possible? She'd tease, flicking a stick caught in a strand of fur onto the floor beside them.
Maybe not a tradition, he'd mutter.
I guess I was too caught up thinking. Once again, his voice trailed off.
Well, whatever you're thinking about, you gotta start taking a few pages from my book. Maybe I can teach you how to actually take care of yourself.
Yeah, that'd be nice. He'd close his eyes, tired and exhausted.
Well, you certainly look more presentable, she'd yawn. She hadn't even noticed they'd appeared to be up all night talking.
He opened his eyes, pulling his head away, feeling rather ashamed.
An awkward silence would ensue before she'd blurt out, it was fun spending time with you.
I could say the same thing. He'd push himself to his paws, looking at the tree.
Maybe we could... doesn't matter, that's just... She'd walk away, but paused to turn to face him. You're a good friend, Birch'tuft, a great... friend.
He felt a pull to his body. It was as if his mind was telling him something. Birch'tuft looked at SnowStorm.
Yeah, I'm sure.